My big thing, they asked me, and my whole approach is, if he's my son, what am I going to tell? What am I going to tell my son? And what I did is I simply said that he is projected as a first-round pick, and I said, if you're my son, I'm going to tell you, you've got to strongly consider going, because that's the right thing for him, which is ultimately the right thing for our football team and the program, because you do the right thing for people. And you know, I think the injury factor is huge. I think that's something that he had to consider, and even though you can get insurance and all those things. But then deep down I said, you have to say, am I ready to do this? Do I really want to do this? Because no one can tell you, even though you're going to be a first-round pick, that you're ready inside. There's guys last year that played their senior year, finished them this year, that were projected as first-round picks because they just were not ready to do it. And he asked me if I thought he was ready, and I said, yeah, I do think you're ready. Now, maybe that's being too honest, but it's the truth. I think he is ready. So I'm very happy for him. You know, he came here, he went through adversity, and, you know, with our medical staff and his will and his determination, how hard he's worked. He overcame a lot, which I think defines him a lot. You know, with Pat Smith, what they did, and Rex Sharp, his relationship with Rex, and Pat Ivy, and everybody working together. And he has about as serious injury as you can get, and I think that's helped define him a little bit. And then he's had just built such great work habits and work ethic, and I've just seen him mature so much as a competitor. I'm happy for him, proud of him. We're proud he's a Missouri Tiger. He always will be, and I'm just real excited for him.
Gary, in talking to Jeremy about this decision, could you get a sense it was as emotional as he just kind of showed?
Yeah, you can tell. He's, you know, I think he's a relationship type person. I mean, I think he's got a lot of great friends on this this football team, and I think he's you know, he's about people and trusting and caring about people, and I think it was very obvious that you know, this was very difficult for him for many reasons, but you know, I think he feels good that he made a good decision, and I feel good that he made a good decision.
Coach, coming in, you knew he was a talented player, obviously. When did you sort of get the sense that he was sort of on a different level?
Well, that summer, you know, when he got hurt, I just kept, when I came back, you know, off and on vacation, bouncing around, I'd come back in, all the players come up, start talking about him, and say, geez, this guy's unbelievable. And I'm thinking, yeah, you know, I know he's pretty good. Obviously, we saw him in high school, he was pretty good, but you really don't ever really know. And then, you know, after his first spring, after he had the injury, you know, you just saw him each week looking a little bit different. And then in 2 days, you know, that's when all of a sudden you started to just kind of shake your head a little bit before the Illinois game. And then after the Illinois game, you know, his first game he played, you know, first game he's played, he came off a serious injury in his hometown on national TV. He'd never played a college game before himself. We remember the performance, and I you know, driving back with my wife, you know, on the bus after the game, I said, you know, we got a superstar here. And then with his work ethic and how hard he's worked, it's all come true, which is pretty awesome.
Talk about that part of this a little bit. I mean, some of this is obviously God-given talent, but at the same time, he had this incredible freshman year and could very easily have been satisfied with that. And when this season started, when we were talking with y'all about who worked hard in the off-season, his name kept coming up. This is a guy that obviously wasn't satisfied to be at that level, but put a whole lot of effort into getting to where he's been this year. Just talk about the amount of effort and that work ethic, like you said.
Well, you know, there's a lot of guys, you know, at the level he's going to go at right now, there's a lot of guys with a lot of great ability. And what really defines the great ones is how they think, how they compete, how they handle adversity, how driven they are to be successful, and he's all that. He is all that, and that's why he's had the couple of years he's had since he's been here. That's why he overcame that very, very serious injury. He's very special, and you know, to be special, whether it's the NBA or the NFL or any at that high level, it's about what's up here and in here, along with the great athleticism. I mean, he's got all that stuff, and I think he's got tremendous upside too. He'll go to the combine and he'll enhance himself. Because, you know, when they do this, put that stopwatch on him, and they're all about speed, he'll light it up, and he'll do a great job. And as Pat Ivy has trained him in his testing, and you know, so he'll even improve himself to combine.
Coach, any talk of him coming back to Mizzou in the distant future to finish his degree?
Well, we talked a little bit about that up there. I think that's something that he wants to do. You know, he's got to decide if he wants to take any classes this semester. We talked about that. That was part of our conversation. You know, I think that, you know, certainly that's something he's going to want to do. You know, he's going to have to find time to do it. You know, he's been here 3.5 years. And so I think he's a couple semesters to go. He's been doing well. And so he's just going to have to fit the time in. But I think goal-wise, ultimately, you know, I think we all recommend it. And I think, you know, part of who he is, you know, getting that degree is important too. And so, you know, he's a good kid. He'll work on it.